Hello again, and thank you for tuning in. Just wanted to share a couple of things in regards to manipulating spirits and manipulating energies and how to recognize them, hopefully earlier, before they can do any harm and slow or delay the promises and things that you are manifesting. So I'm going to use a couple of examples as they come to me, I believe. But the first example I want to use is actually YouTube. YouTube users, those who have channels on YouTube. And many of these individuals claim to speak on things that are of a God nature, right? And they use good words and manipulating phrases and things. So I'm going to use an example or a couple of examples from YouTube. So there are some channels that claim to give a God word, right? And I'm not going to name the channel specifically. I'll allow your intuition to bring those to your attention, right? Because some will be true for others and not for others, right? That's the way life is. So one way that these individuals on YouTube manipulate you is this: if any of them post in their title that if you do not click on this, or if you do not press play, or if you do not listen to this, that God will hate you, you are going to hell, you will not be welcomed in his kingdom, you are a sinner, you are evil if you do not click on my post or my video, anything of that nature, I encourage you to completely dismiss them. And here is why, and it's probably obvious at this point. If you do not click on someone's video, there are 7 billion with a B people on this planet currently. So that individual who posts manipulating ass words like that, if they're telling you that God will hate you because you do not post, you do not click on a 30-second video, anyone who is religious enough to think or deceitful enough to think that they are going to be abundant through a YouTube channel with manipulating ass words like that, they're blind as hell. Okay, plain and simple. Do not click on that video. In fact, I would block that person who's posting those types of statements. You do not need to hear that or see that or listen to what they're saying, because I can guarantee you, you are not going to be dismissed from the Father. His love runs far deeper than a YouTube channel. Okay? Or a video of any sort. Okay? So be aware of that. The people on YouTube who use manipulating words, and I post on their website and I tell them to cut the shit out. I really do. Why? Because that's my job. Right? That's my job. I'm a starseed empath, right? Shamanic bloodline, Egyptian bloodline, born on the 333rd day of the year. Cut the shit out. Stop manipulating people. If you want someone drawn to you, and that goes back to the ministers, again, one of my jobs here is the deconstruction of the church. So they are just like the ministers who lie to you and tell you that you need to give them money because they are in it for their own good. They do not need a jet to fly around the world. They can get on a commercial plane just like everybody else. And the truth is, if they were humble, right, they would, and then the blessing would come to them, and through their faithfulness, without asking, the Father gives us the desires of our heart, right? Through faithfulness, not through manipulating tactics. So you watch as these demonic ministers fall, right? Zachary Timms, Reverend James Cleveland, right? Reverend isn't even a title in the scripture, just FYI. It's a man made up thing, right? There's no reverend in scripture. So all these individuals, and there are others, there are many priests, right? Manipulating and the pedophiles, right? That cloak themselves, right? In something that's supposed to look holy when it's only hellish. Stay away from them. Stay away from them. Okay? So that's one example. No one, and I repeat, no one can stop the flow of what is coming to you and promised to you except for you. Your energy, your alignment, your misalignment, your intuitive nature, or your lack thereof is the only thing that stops or turns on your faucet. That's it. Nothing else. Not your kids, not your spouse, not your boss, not your supervisor, not your employees, not the government, not the IRS. I was a tax accountant for 13 years. None of them controls what flows to you except for your faithfulness to hear and obey and follow your intuition according to your alignment in the 5D. That is all. Okay? So, again, I just wanted to come over here and give a word of caution. And the same thing, and it's just not YouTube. Again, same thing in the church, same thing, even in conversation, regular conversation with someone face to face, right? If they use manipulating tactics, pay attention to that quote unquote gut feeling, that quote unquote uneasiness. Pay attention to that because that's trying to talk to you and let you know something about that individual that you're interacting with and their energy and where they are. Right? There's a reason why the snake no longer has legs. There's a reason why. So just stay aware. And I'm also military. I did 8 years Army. And so one of our sayings in the military is stay alert, stay alive, right? So energetically, I encourage you to stay alert and stay alive. Thank you so much for listening. Again, this is The Encourager.